Hello and welcome into another video and welcome into something real time that I'm just discovering. I have said before how HDR can mess up on OBS and I've not understood it. Well, shit gets even weirder now because this one here, apologies for this, I truly am, there's no way to do it. The screen that I am currently moving now, that's a display capture, and to be fair, I'm going to have to actually move it completely out the way. That's the actual game capture. Now, this is going to be running like shit. Yeah, the fact that I can't even fucking move the screen. There we go. This is going to be running like shit because OBS is now getting 2 feeds simultaneously. But can you tell the difference? Because I certainly can, and I'm very confused as to why. So I'm going to turn the game capture one off, and now I'm going to, when OBS lets me, try to move the screen. Apparently even doing that hasn't made it any better. But yeah, today's video, I finally got around to starting Pragmata. I've had a weird year, and this is, it's one of those. I think I'm stealing myself for the upcoming September and October of hell, because there's so much coming out. Fuck you, GTA, so much, seriously, and fuck you, game devs, for not releasing things earlier in the year. I've had, like, 2023 is one of the greatest years in gaming, and I've said this before in videos, I know I have, because every month something huge came out. 2026, like, there's been dribs and drabs. It's either been everything or nothing, everything or nothing. It's all the way through the year. It's either been like, I've got 3 things coming out this month and then nothing for the next 2 months, or like, I went so long without having anything to actually play that I got into this really old classic session, basically, of playing through a bunch of old Zeldas, playing through ones that I'd never played before, and I still need to play Spirit Tracks and everything, but I'd finally got to the point where I'm like, you know what, I actually fancy something new, and I've heard amazing things. I never got around to playing it. I've got these new monitors now, and wow, just everything about this fucking game is brilliant. And also, I've been rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so I'm about to do the whole Rosa meme of, I've had Arlo for a day, I've had Diana for a day and a half, and if anything were to happen to her, I would kill everyone on this moon and then myself. I love this fucking kid so much. I do not... I'd heard so many people say Capcom have actually finally managed to nail, like, really nail a kid character sidekick that is genuinely so fucking adorable, it's unbelievable. And I don't know, maybe it's because she's a robot or an AI robot type thing. Like, I understand Pragmatas are Pragmatas in this, and I'm very early on, and I want to actually find out more about what a Pragmata is, and I definitely want a sequel. But yeah, I just, she's so human, and more so, to be honest, than Hugh at times. Like, there's times when I'm like, Hugh, you're being a bit of a dickhead to this kid, and I like Hugh, I like him, I do, but there's times where I'm like, you're being a little harsh there, dude. But yeah, finally playing it, and it's fucking magnificent. There's so many things that I'm enjoying about it, so many things that I'm not. The not is honestly minor stuff. Like, I'm liking the weapon system, but I'm not liking how much ammo I've got. And I understand why they've done it like that, because combat might be a little too easy, but there's times where if you get into a fight and you forgot to pick up some side weapons or something like that, the fights can be a bit of grind and take a bit of a time. And it's got some of the issues that I had with Horizon from that point of view, with how you have to shoot the dinosaurs essentially with weak points, and you have to do the same with this. And sometimes when you've only got one kind of weapon, that's much harder. That, like, it can make the fights go a little long is all. And sometimes it just means that I end up running away from combat because I can't be bothered to do more of it. But the actual game itself runs great, looks great, plays like, I'm loving the storyline of it. Granted, there are some... That's one of the things. It's like, I've heard a lot of people say it was a 360 era game, and I get it, because it's not the kind of story that's like super deep and advanced at this moment in time. I'm not getting a lot of interesting information. It's more that when I get moments of, I get a toy for Diana, I'm enjoying those interactions more than when I'm just running around and I read, like, skim read a note, and sometimes there'll be some good conversations, and sometimes there'll be some stuff that comes off as a little fillery, and like, it's all truly minor stuff. I'm really, really fucking enjoying the overall flow and gameplay of this, and I'm already sitting here thinking, Lost Planet. Loved the first one. Hated the second and the third one. I know they made like a 3DS exclusive as well called AX Troopers that never got localized, but you can play it on a modded one in English. That I loved what they tried to do with the first one, but the rest of them really broke off and went a little eh. I truly hope Pragmata is the fixing of this, because I'm getting so many of the same vibes of, I really love this, but I can see where you can make a sequel better. And I hope they do that instead of, you know, going the other way. And at this moment in time, I kind of think they will, because Capcom, they're kind of nailing a lot of fucking everything with modern day gaming, to be honest. Like, when we're at a time where the industry is shifting so hard to Unreal 5, and I'm lucky, my PC can actually run Unreal 5 stuff pretty well. Like, I was one of the few people who hated Borderlands 4 for many, many, many reasons, but technical issues weren't one of them. But everyone's using Unreal 5, and that's pissing off a lot of people. Meanwhile, Capcom have got the Reach for the Moon ending, and did I say ending? Engine, and it's fantastic. Like, the stuff that they're able to do on this, from a visual standpoint, I mean, Monster Hunter Wilds has some of the most exceptional weather effects. Pragmata, when you first get to, like, the recreation of New York, which I wonder if I could actually go there now. I'm trying to think. Yes, to be fair, there's fast travel, so I can. When you first get there, I was absolutely fucking stunned. I'm trying not to, you know, advance anything, because I do want to enjoy this. And to be fair, I've just realized that there's actually multiple save files, isn't there? So I should have just... It's fine. But yeah, so there we go. Mass production over here. To be fair, where's a good place? Yeah, there. Because that should... No, wait, I'm trying to get to the actual street, so maybe it is the plaza. It is. Yeah, when I first got here, it looks absolutely magnificent. Like, Resident Evil's got some fantastic effects. I don't know how they've managed to do it, but Resident Evil 2, the remake, very old game. I can't actually run that maxed on my PC, which I don't have the world's most powerful PC. I built it a couple of years ago. Well, built it a couple of years ago. So it's got a 4080 Super in it. And, oh, my controller just decided to go weird. Sometimes that happens. Mainly because I know the computer's under a bunch of strain at this moment in time. Doing all of this with OBS and everything else. But I got it a couple of years ago. It's got 4080 Super in it. And I can never remember the code. It's something like a Ryzen 9 7900X, I want to say. I wanted an i9 and a 4080. Couldn't get it. Looked into it, and it's like, actually, if I do the Ryzen, which is more reliable from a lot of people, the i9 really only works at peak if you, like, get it super cooled all the time. And it's possible I could have done that, but I also live in a country where our homes are designed to keep heat in, and the summer is brutal. And getting that and the 4080 Super, basically, it was the same level of power, but in a different way. And if anything, from what I talked to a lot of people, were like, yeah, you're better off going for that than that. So that's what I went for. I cannot run Resident Evil 2, the remake, maxed out. I just can't. And same with Resident Evil 3. And same with Resident Evil 4. I can run Requiem max. I can run this max. I can run Monster Hunter Wilds max. They have got to a point where they can optimize their fucking engine so damn well that I'm able to get the games looking their absolute fucking peak. And yeah, on a technicality, I'm on an ultra wide monitor, so I'm not on my 4K monitor. Maybe if I put it on 4K, I'd not be able to, because obviously ultra wide resolution is kind of that cheaty thing where it's like, it's not 2K, but it's not 4K either. It's kind of like a 2.5, 3K type thing. So maybe I wouldn't be able to run it max on a 4K setting, but I can run this max. And I can't run Resident Evil 2. And they're the same engine. The work that they have put into this fucking thing, it's like, it's no wonder Capcom are the people who are constantly releasing banger after banger after banger. They have managed to get it so that their engine is kind of perfect. And I understand Monster Hunter Wilds does not run for everyone. Great. And even then, that was actually a weird bug. I don't know how many people have followed this story, but there was a weird bug in the code where it checks the DLC so many times, and that's what was causing the issues. And they've kind of fixed that, and they're fixing it even more and optimizing it even more with the expansion that's coming out. And from the sounds of things, it'll run really fucking well on a potato by the time this expansion comes out. I would not ever doubt Capcom to completely shit on the legacy again, because they've done it before. They did it with the Resident Evil saga, where we started to go through 5 and 6, and as I've already mentioned, Lost Planet and everything. But I truly do feel like Pragmata, as I say, like, I feel like Capcom are repeating their history but learned from it. And Pragmata feels like they're, right, we're going to finally do a sci-fi shooter, because they clearly wanted to, and we're not going to fuck it up this time. I think they've worked on this fucking engine so well that their designers, their technicians and everything, they must be able to just literally pull people from a project and go help someone else if they need them. Like, if you're working on Resident Evil and it's like gone gold, then they'll be able to send people over to Pragmata, and it's just like, what, you've got a third-person action-adventure game on the RE engine, yeah? They must... They're getting up there with the ability to churn out all of this, that as long as they've got the creativity and the ideas, like, I don't see them fucking it up again. I think Capcom are in one of the best, healthiest positions in an industry that is so not fucking healthy. It's unbelievable. And again, like 15 years ago, I would never have expected that. 15 years ago, I was like, Capcom are going to like run themselves into the ground. This is going to be a weird one. I don't like defending corporations or anything like that, but Capcom have been a huge part of my childhood. Like, I'm being genuine when I say the first black character I ever saw in a video game was in Forgotten Worlds. Like, Capcom have been there for some of the most important moments in my life. Some good, some bad. And I was like, I'm going to have to say goodbye to them, because they're running it into the ground, and that's going to suck. And, like, what's going to happen to Resident Evil? Who the fuck's going to buy that? And I've just seen this happen with THQ, and, I mean, that fucked everything up. Like, Red Faction's just completely dead now, and now all we get is Darksiders from the people who get, like... So what the hell's going to happen with Capcom? Now, at this moment in time, we're going to get we're going to get the Veronica remake. We're hopefully going to get Resident Evil 0 remade. We're hopefully going to get Resident Evil 1 remade. We're going to get Resident Evil 10. I don't know what they're going to do for 10, but after fucking 9, like, I am all in with 10, and I really hope it's Claire, or Jill, or both. Like, it's 10. It's your big mainline fucking franchise. Please give me one of your original fucking pro tags, aka Jill, or give me Chris and Claire. Because Chris, also one of your original pro tags. Hell, give me a fucking Wesker game. I don't know how or why or... Like, just... It's the 10th one. You've just done a huge nostalgia bomb with 9. I would love to see you top that. And right about now, I can't wait to see what they actually do. Like, if they can keep this engine going, like, Bethesda have kept their engine going for years. They're like way too long, to be honest, because of how janky it is, and now it's at the point of, well, we have to keep this engine because this way we can outsource it to the player and you can fix our games for us. Capcom aren't like that, but even so, the RE engine, very easy to mod. And yes, you can get some pretty fucked mods for Capcom games because of how easy it is to mod. There are stories, actually, I recall very recently of a person going to a fighting game tournament and not realising that he'd left his naked Chun-Li mod on. But then you can also get some actual really good mods, and you can do things that Capcom really should have done. Like, for example, in Monster Hunter Wilds, you can get a... Funnily enough, I've just mentioned Chun-Li. You can get a Chun-Li costume for Alma. And that's fine and all, but why is it not for the player? You can make it for the player quite easily with a mod. This is an easy to mod engine. This is like, I've got so many of these games to be able to run in VR because the RE engine is just like stupidly easy to fucking develop VR for. Not that Capcom ever do it on the PC, but I would love this game in VR right now, thinking about it. Yeah, this will be fun. Yeah, I'm really, really, really fucking enjoying Pragmata right now. And I'm gutted that I've not been able to play it much today because of how bad I felt all day. But I think I might actually go and play a little bit of it before bed because, yeah, starting to get really tired while fixing sleep cycle. And I'm starting to get brain fog and running out of what I actually wanted to say. Oh, other than the fact that, yeah, this is another reason why I wanted to come here. And I've ran past it like 4 times. I understand this is probably a joke. I do. Are Capcom working on a Girls and Ghosts movie? Is that what this is supposed to be? Or are we getting a reboot? Like, we kind of had one with Maximo. I understand Maximo exists. I never got around to actually playing it. I've owned it 4 times. Genuinely, I have owned Maximo 1 and 2 4 times. I've still never fucking played it. Always wanted to. But it's like... Are they going to bring that back? Because they brought Dead Rising back, which would love to see what they're going to do with that anytime soon, because it has been a while. But even so, oh yeah, that was a little janky for me, but that was a DLSS issue. But even so, it now runs absolutely amazing now that I turned DLSS off. But like, they've finally got an engine where all of their dev teams seem to know how to fucking work it, and they can churn out games with such regularity and such quality. As long as the gamer doesn't get sick of Pragmata, as long as the gamer doesn't get sick of Resident Evil, and even then, as I say, they're bringing back Dead Rising as well, hopefully. Like, we're going to get more than just that one remake, and they might do Girls and Ghosts, I guess. I would love to see a modern day version. Like, they've got so much in their back catalogue. I've already mentioned Forgotten Worlds. I understand it's a almost forgotten game, and it's a very niche thing, but there's so much they could just, like, go into their back catalogue and go, alright, we've released too many Resident Evils recently. Yes, it is our core franchise, but we don't want to get into the situation that we did with 5 and 6. So we'll take a break from Resi, and we'll instead bring back this core franchise. You know, like, they could do so much. A new musical, Nights. Why do I feel like that's a reference that I'm only partially getting? But yeah, I'm really fucking impressed with just everything that they're doing these days. It's staggering to me. And obviously there's still some odd controversies, like everything. That, again, there's no corporation is ever perfect. That's why it does pain me to praise them a lot of the time. Because I know with Dragon's Dogma 2, they really fuck things up with microtransactions. But even then, they've kind of started to learn with that, because Resi 9 didn't have them. This doesn't have them. Maybe they've finally got the memo that gamers don't like this shit. But yeah, anyway, I'm waffling. I'm going to say bye. So yeah, I've been Sky Fellowship. I truly do hope you have a great rest of your day. Until next time, if you've never played this, if you've been holding off, if you feel like it's not your sort of game, I do get that. I really do, because it is... it's different. It does play like a 360 game in a lot of good ways, but then it also has, as I say, these weird limitations with the ammo thing and that. There's definitely some things that it's definitely a bit archaic if you didn't grow up with this kind of game. Because I'm still finding issues like that, as I say, and I did grow up with this kind of game. But it still is really, really good, and just the interaction between Hugh and Diana, I honestly feel is worth it alone. Like, I may not remember any of this game's story, but I'm probably going to remember Diana for a very fucking long time. And the fact that she's not a damsel in distress either. Like, I've played in the past year 2 games where a kid has been on the main protagonist, like, big, bulky hero, and they've been great, because Pauline with Donkey Kong Bonanza was absolutely great. This apparently is a new genre of young child sidekick being a badass, because she really helped out the entire time. And Diana is obviously the hacker. She's the one who does all the hacking, which I am really enjoying the hacking. It's definitely something that, by the way, and I know I'm waffling even more now and stretching this on, using the face buttons, it's one of the... I've literally just recorded a video about why I like back buttons. Back buttons do work on this, but the hacking minigame, I have to use the face buttons for that, because my ABXY are not up, down, left, right, like they are on a face button. They're bottom left, bottom right, top left, top right. So trying to then do something where Y has to be up, I could do it, but I can't do it quickly. Like, it's one of those one step too far. It's like holding the controller 90 degrees. It's just one step too far. And as the hacking starts to evolve, which, again, sorry, I see again, this is the one thing that when I was seeing limitations that and some things I'd like them to change, I definitely would like the hacking to evolve a bit more in the next game, because at this moment in time, it feels like I've kind of seen everything already. But when it does start to evolve and it starts to get a little harder, yeah, it was a case of I need to swap to the actual face button to do this. I am enjoying it though, and I've unlocked the auto hack. Still never used it. I've actually maxed it out. Still never used it. It's one of those that I enjoy doing it, and the auto hack I feel I'm going to save for, oh, I really need to do this fast because I'm about to die type thing, which somehow still not actually died in this game. Came fucking close so many times. I've finished so many boss fights with like 20 HP, but yeah. I am saying bye now, okay? Until next time, truly do hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm going to really enjoy the rest of this now, and will no doubt make a full video again when I actually finish it. Right? Okay. Why are you not letting me pause? Weird. Sorry, I need to be able to pause to be able to move the mouse cursor to hit stop recording, so that was weird. Bye. So, I'm very aware that what I'm about to say will sound silly. I really hate when I have to actually do an edit to add on, because the editing software I use has so many different fucking options that you can choose from. None of them have the actual correct ultra-wide resolution. It always also makes me choose different frame rates that are not the frame rate that I'm actually recording at, so it's why I prefer to record natively, just record one video and then put it up, and I always feel it looks even worse. And I know I am I'm very truthful when I say I understand the footage will never be amazing because of how I have to do this. This is just my own personal way for my own sanity, because again, hobby, don't want to do a million different things, so I want to make it good enough, but I'm not going for professional here. But I had to add this to the video because I've mixed up my times. For some reason I thought Raiders, Splatoon Raiders, and oh god, Avatar Legends, I believe it's called. I thought they were out like the 25th and the 26th or something. It's the 22nd and the 23rd. So I probably started this a little too late. Maybe I shouldn't have done the Alan Wake replay, or maybe I should have just waited again to play this, because now I'm worried I'm not going to get to finish it. Especially because I've just spent 90 minutes of misery. That this is like, I was so high on the game, I didn't expect this. I'm gonna mainline it now because I'm definitely noticing the major issues. So first up, I would just like to say, love the fact that there's a bun bun. Like, I'm obsessed with bun buns as is, and yeah, just love all of this. I don't know whether I'm supposed to let Diana win hide and seek, and she keeps giving me mixed messages, literally saying she sometimes wants me to catch and not catch, and I'm like, I'm trying to be the responsible adult here and let you win, because I know you're not supposed to let me find you all the time, but I also know from the emotional neglect side of things of not like I'm really struggling with that. That's just a weird one-off side thing though. The thing that I'm seriously struggling with, I hate this area as much as I love this area. I hate that I have to come here constantly to save. I hate that if I'm at a tram and I'm actually going to do literally what started this whole thing, I started to go back to 100% areas because I thought I'm really enjoying the game. So I'm going to go do it now. I'm going to commit to it and get it. And I know there's a couple of areas I don't have abilities for yet, but that's fine. Biggest mistake I've made. If you're really liking this game and you're liking the story and you're liking playing through it, maybe don't do the 100%ing thing, because I'm now going to mainline the game because it's miserable. The more I've went back, combat is so boring to me now. It's like a full-on JRPG combat style thing in an action game. It is just slow, it is cumbersome. I don't feel like I'm overpowered enough to make the early game combat even remotely, or like, I don't know how best to say it, because it's like, I understand one-shotting everything would be bad, but at the same time, having to go through all of that for one enemy, and that's just one enemy, and every area I had to go back to was locked down, and the one that broke me, I spent 35 minutes looking for a crate. I ended up having to use a guide, and it turns out it was an invisible wall I'd run past twice, but every time I'd run past the invisible wall, I'd hit the next checkpoint, so I had to reload and fast travel back, which, by the way, again, I did say this is kind of all what started it. This is a tram unit. You've literally just seen me get here. Why can I not fast travel to another unit from here? Now, obviously, at this moment in time, I know it's because of this, because again, I have to kill all of these things, apparently, every single fucking one of them, at every single moment. I have to go back to the shelter. I have to go back to the shelter to then go back to... It's so cumbersome. I understand so many people were saying this is a 360 era game. It really fucking is, and in some ways that's good, and in some ways it's like, this is so archaic and time consuming and annoying. And by the time I was done, I'd finally checked the guide, found where this crate was, went there, had to do a full-on enforced combat thing, ran over, helped to open the crate. I don't know what happened. It hasn't registered me getting the crate. I came back here, I saved. I then went to the next area to see what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. Like, going through the checklist, and I noticed crate still there. To be fair, oh yeah, so I do have to actually hit ride the train. It's this one here. It just, I don't know why it didn't register. And it's like, I know it would realistically probably only take me another 5 minutes to run back and do the 2, if not 3 enforced fights, but I'm so sick of doing it. The combat is just, it's really getting to me now, to the point of that I'm like, right, I'm going to mainline it. And I went to the next area I was up to, which I believe was there, the warehouse exit. It might, because I think I've literally just got the mining control room. You stand on a floating platform essentially, and you have to fight a boss that's flying in the air. It attacked me once, Like, literally, it attacked me once to start the fight, and then maybe a minute went by and it still hadn't attacked me, and I still hadn't killed it. I've upgraded all of my stuff. Like, I've been 3-starring and getting crowns on, and that's the other thing as well, and I know I'm about to have to go back, but the challenges in the shelter, that was a mistake doing those as well. I wanted to upgrade some stuff because I don't feel powerful enough. Like, even with all of the weapon upgrade things that I've got, I'm constantly running out of ammo to make the combat grind on even more. That flying thing was ridiculous. It really fucking was, because when it finally did attack me a second time after a minute, that was still only like, I got 2 attacks from it, period, in the entire fight, and it was me just standing there going hack, 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 shoot, 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 like trying to hit all of the weak points, hack, 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 shoot, shoot, shoot. It was really, really getting to me. But it's things like, which one is it? There, that one. I almost beat this on my first, maybe it was my second attempt, to be fair. It took best part of 20 to get all of it, because the amount of times that I'd jump to a platform and Hugh just wouldn't grab on, or the rocket launcher that's supposed to have a lock on just didn't lock on, and it would fire the rockets into the crates. If I stood underneath them and spam fired, that was actually faster than trying to use the lock-on function, and found out. And even then, when I beat it with literally less than 1/10 of a second left to get the crown on it. I shouldn't have done any of that. That is my mistake. But the problem is, as I say, combat is taking so long. I thought I need to upgrade some stuff. I also feel bad that I may no longer be upgrading Diana, because now I think I'm getting to the point where, because of that, I need to just mainline, and any cubes that I get go into my weapon. It's a slog. I really am enjoying parts of it still. I want to see the end of it. Graphically, it's stunning. I love Diana so fucking much as a character. It's like, I love Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I'm getting so many vibes of Carl and Donut. I'm getting so many vibes of Donkey Kong and Pauline, which I said in the first part of the video. I love the dynamic, and it's that's going to make me want to keep playing and see through to the end. But if I don't finish it before Raiders and then Avatar, it might be a while before I get back to it, because I'm not feeling the drive anymore. And maybe I just need a break, but the fact that I'm not even 10 hours into an 18-hour game, doing 90 minutes of side stuff has actually broken me. I wish I'd just continued mainlining it, because ultimately, as much as the combat would still be a grind, because I really did feel like I needed to upgrade some stuff, would it have been 90 minutes worth of grind? If you know what I mean? Right. Anyway, I am going to say bye now, and I probably won't now make another video on this unless the ending really, really changes things up. Oh, and my controller has now decided to start disconnected, so I'm trying to pause it. But unless something drastically changes, it's a good game, it's a fun game, it's like a solid, honestly, hilariously kind of 7 at this moment in time, I think. It's kind of a solid 7. I do think a sequel could be a game changer. It could be like a game of a generation type thing, but some of the archaic design choices about the fast travel and the saving and just the map navigation is horrendous. There's so many things like that. I wish they would have done a bit more work on it, because this one could have been not so much a game of a generation, but this one could have been like a solid 9. And I think the next one really will be an exceptional game. Right, anyway, bye. So you'd think this would basically be proof as to why I probably should do a script, but no, like, things like this just happen. Sometimes it does take me a little while to figure out the words, and again, obviously people might be, well, make the script or anything, but no, like, that again, it's not me, it's not real or anything. But I do get when I have to make constant cuts, but at the same time, it's a case of I've already done one, so I figure I might as well. Because I've finally figured out the wording. It's that the game feels stingy in pretty much every area, with the exception of healing, other than the fact that the healing seems to take a little too long. But everything is just a little off. The time to kill enemies is just a little off. I constantly feel like I'm a little weak. I'm constantly feeling like my main gun reloads its bullets just a little too slow. Like, everything feels just a tiny bit off, so it's not satisfying. The amount of boost that you get, I'm on a level 6 boost, and I'm only now just starting to feel mildly like, you know what, this feels like a level 2 boost in other games. It's, with the exception of health, everything is stingy. The amount of ammo you get, the amount of hacking things you get, like, the things that aren't stingy feel too generous. Like, when I do a hack here with Diana, enemies remain open for so long. This is what I was meaning earlier on when I'm saying I was basically just doing an enemy, fighting a boss style enemy in the air, and it attacked me once in a minute because I hacked it after the first attack, and then I'm just waiting, and I'd gone through all of my ammo, and I was just waiting for that pistol to re-fucking load one bullet over and over and over again. Then it did another attack, then I did the next hack, and then you've got things like this. This just adds to the fight. I now have to shoot all of these. Like, it was kind of fun the first time, but I now have to shoot all of those to be able to get to the point where I can hack it. It's... all of it just feels a little off, a little unsatisfying. As I say, the time to kill's off, the time for reload or regenerating ammo's off, the time to heal is off. Like, it's a lot of little things like that, and it's that I get there's so many games out there that since Souls games got popular, where when you save or you go to like a bonfire or anything, enemies respawn. I can run past them in all of those games. I can't in this. I can run past every enemy in Elden Ring if I don't want to fight that fucking enemy. This, as soon as I go to a save point, everything respawns and it forces me into the combat again. And I'm getting so fucking tired of doing this. Right, anyway, I am still enjoying the game, and I truly do believe a sequel could be an otherworldly next-gen fucking game of the generation style game, as I say, but this one, the more I'm playing through it, it's pretty. I really do love Diana, and I want to see what the story is with Pragmata. I've just had the section with 8, and just all of that was kind of heartbreaking. Just, yeah, I want to see where this goes. But I'm not enjoying the game anymore. Like, in parts, this section here, I've gone into a red room, and I've spent my key to get in here now, and I know I'm going to get a good reward. But, and I know obviously this has taken as long because I'm not focusing, I'm not concentrating, I'm fucking talking while I'm doing it. But it's just, it's so much for what you get. It really is. Right, anyway, I'm trying not to be too much of a downer with it. There's still a lot that I like about the game. But it's just, again, even that's only the second crit, and I've upgraded it so that I'm supposed to get them. I think 1 out of 3 chance or something. I've upgraded to something like 30%, I think it said. And that's only the second crit I've had on the 12th enemy here. Anyway, I need to focus because if I do actually die, that'll just start this whole fucking thing again. So, yeah, until next time. Bye. Yeah, I think I'm officially at the point of I need this game to fucking finish, because how do we make combat even more boring, grindy and repetitive? I'm stuck, once again, waiting for my gun to recharge. I don't have any other weapons around. And the hacking now takes for fucking ever, because you have to go through these purple nodes of shit. It's, yeah, the enemy variety was already getting to me as well, and I'm just constantly getting sick of seeing the same things over and over again, and that was the first time I've literally just fought that thing, and it just felt like all of the others. Just a big, grindy bullet sponge of misery. The game, like, I'm at, I think, the 11-hour mark, and I must be near the end. I've still managed to get, I'd say, half of the collectibles up to this point. As much as I was saying I was going to mainline it, I've still, like, if I walk past something, I'm going to get it. I've tried to collect all of the REM things. I'm 2 missing, and I'm assuming I'm going to be able to get the 2 of them in this area. Yeah, it's just... every good idea it has, it overdoes to death. And every bad idea it has, it gets worse and worse and worse. Like, I've even got the ability to destroy those crystals now with Diana, and I have to hold the left bumper to do it. Even that, it takes too long to hold it, and it takes too long to recharge. The first time you get it, I was standing there for 3 seconds between recharges, waiting to be able to progress. Just, and I know obviously it's minor things like that may not seem on the grand scale, but it's like Hank Scorpio always says, the little things make up life. This is one of those games that's kind of, it starts out great, but now I'm at the death by 1,000 cuts phase, and it's like, I just need it to be over. And this definitely will be the final update, obviously, because, as you can probably see, it was, that what follows is going to be full spoilers, because I figure I might as well just make one video now, as much as it's going to have a shit ton of cuts and 3 or 4 buys at this point, or like whatever. Yeah, kind of pretty obvious. Apologies for the sniffling as well. This isn't just allergies, but I knew I wasn't going to like fully cry, but now that we're into full spoilers, it was so obvious that this was doing the final goal like, just so fucking obvious that Hugh was not making this out alive. It really was typical horror, sci-fi horror, and this was Capcom's sci-fi resi, which they've been trying to get for the longest fucking time, and obviously they had to change some things, and I do hope that they polish this, because I do think it can be a diamond franchise for them. Obviously, you don't know whether or not it'll be Diana. Like, I might be about to get a post-credit thing here. I hope that they do keep Diana. I understand that they may want to make it so that Hugh and Diana's story is Pragmata 1, and then they do a different Pragmata in a different setting with a different human, or maybe you're not human, because we don't know if there's aliens in this universe or anything. But I hope they keep Diana, because I know, like, this is going to be weird. She can't grow up. We know fine well. Oh my god. I've just noticed that Diana's voice actress is called Grace. And I was literally going to say it is so fucking weird that once again, and again, there's so many similarities to Resident Evil. So fucking many. And it's like, with Grace and Leon, and Grace obviously with the little girl, and the fact that I'm now blanking on the name of the actual fucking little girl at this moment in time, and I absolutely loved her. Capcom have suddenly figured out how to do child characters. I don't understand it, because I've always loved Resident Evil, but Sherry was not the best child character. In the remake, they kinda figured her out a little bit, but they've finally figured out child characters. And yeah, there are so many weird similarities with the fact that 8 basically was Grace, and I'm like, okay, this is fucking, yeah. But I've totally lost my train of thought now because of that. But yeah, I understand they might want to make it Hugh and Diana story. I was in the middle of saying, and I know what. I was saying that this is basically their sci-fi resi, and I hope they polish it, because they had to do different and everything. I don't know if I'll get this train of thought back, because that was one of those that as soon as I saw Grace, like, the entire brain changed to that track. But I think I was in the middle of saying I hope they keep Grace, because, oh yeah, she can't exactly, and I've just done it, yeah, Diana. I hope they keep Diana. I understand she can't exactly grow up, because Pragmatas don't grow up, I'm assuming. But she did actually grow up through the game, and I do think you can still have that kind of a character arc, even with a child who will never grow up, and I think you can tell some very interesting stories with that. It's one of those that this was absolutely... It was infuriating, because it's such a good game in so many places, and I am so fucking glad that I played it. The story alone, it was worth it. Again, I always knew Hugh was going to, like, die. I knew the way the entire game was going. The final boss battle was weirdly one of the easiest bosses in the fucking game, but I also, like, it. The design of it was fucking amazingly cool. And I knew, it's like, this is Resident Evil here. We're going to get the thing, and yep, as soon as we enter the track, then you get the big bad boss battle with the, like, all of it was closing it out like a Resident Evil, and I'm like, yeah, this is hitting so many of the right notes. This is such a fucking unpolished diamond right now. They just need to refine little things, and I know I've said little a billion fucking times at this point, but it really is. It's one of those that, if you haven't been spoiled by this section here and are interested in it, it is worth playing. I truly do think it's worth playing. I don't think it's worth going for 100%. I think that will ruin your experience. I'm glad that I stopped going for everything. Getting all of the REMs, the REMs, that's the only thing I truly feel you should get. They're basically, without trying to spoil this part, because they're the best part, they're gifts essentially for Diana. And it's how you see a lot of her interaction. And funnily enough, I will spoil this one, because you get crayon drawings. I didn't actually find the crayon at first, because I'd walked right past it. So I was wondering, so how's she doing these crayon drawings? Like, I know she's a Pragmata, but what the... And then suddenly I got it, and it's like, oh, I'm kind of glad, though, that you still get the crayon drawings, because more and more would start appearing through the thing. But yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to miss out on that, just because I'd missed the fucking item. But, well, the REM. But yeah, I did really enjoy that. Overall, it's one of those that it had its highs, it had its lows. The first 6 hours were pretty much all highs. The last 6 hours, there was like a couple hours of high in it. And the actual ending, I thought, really did pull it and salvage it up. It's like, it's such a weird game. It's like what I've mentioned with Saros when I did that video. It's going to be one of those that if it hits with you, it really hits. If it doesn't, it won't. But there's still going to be enough there, I think, that a lot of people will at least think it's a decent game. And yeah, it's a decent game. It could have been better. I wish it had been better. I really do think that if they do, like, their damnedest, just because Resident Evil started phenomenal, because for me it really did. Like, the original is one of my all-time favourite games. Resi is easily one of my favourite franchises. This didn't have the gameplay that Resi had, but it definitely had way better story and setting and a lot of other shit like that. Well, not setting. The Spencer Mansion is fucking phenomenal. Thematics, I mean, with how the plot and everything is given to you and derived to you, like, it really is. It's like this is their soul, you know, to the body, I guess, or something. So this is started on a really great foot. If they can just polish the gameplay, the second one could be absolutely fucking magnificent, and I truly do hope we get one. And I think we will, because as I've mentioned it in the first part of this vid, Capcom seem to have figured out their fucking engine and how to get devs to actually be able to consistently make quality. Right, and with that, let's see if I do actually get an end credit thing here. Yep. See, now the thing is, do I actually just leave this on, shut up, and like react to it, essentially? I guess fuck it, I might as well. Hey, look. Okay. That's brilliant, because again, it's the reach for the fucking moon ending, so of course, and that pretty much confirms to me that they've done that as this is going to be a flagship franchise. Yeah, of course you do that. Right. I also was absolutely positive that I'd remember the name. Weirdly, right away, I want to say it's Emily, and quickly looking, yeah, Grace and Emily. Right, so yeah, there's so much similarity between it and Diana with Grace and Emily. The as weird as it is, and I'm so glad that, like, I'm gutted that it actually died. I really am. I was hoping that you'd find a way to save her, and on a technicality, I guess you did. But yeah, it's one of those that was weirdly special, as infuriating as it was. I'm again definitely glad I didn't go for the 100% on it. I think it would have ruined the game for me. I was so fucking ready for it to be done, and there's a lot of people who have played the full 18 hours. I didn't get 12, and as I say, that if I hadn't done the 90 minutes of grinding, I think I would have still enjoyed it a lot fucking more. So I would have finished it close to 10 hours, and I still would have felt it would have ran a bit long because of some of the combat in the game. But the actual story and everything, that was magnificent. So yeah, that really glad I played it. Right, and with that, this video has gone on long enough, and I've got so many fucking edits to make. Right. Am I going to say it again? Fuck it, I might as well. I truly do hope you have a great rest of your day. And Hughes Astro Classic and Diana's Pink Pop. Trying to figure out if that's a reference. Because when I saw the red at first, I thought, is this supposed to be Claire? But then, no. Huh. Because I know sometimes they do references. I'm a pretty big Capcom fan, but I can't honestly think of a character that wears either of that. Right, anyway, until next time. Bye. Oh, other than the fact that the final thing I wanted to say was, when they finally get around to making a new Marvel vs. Capcom, or hopefully Marvel vs. Capcom vs. SNK, which has been my dream for the longest fucking time, Hugh and Diana better be fucking god tier.